Hello, my people. I am back again. This is my second attempt today to go live. With me, it is not easy to do all these things when it's gadgets. Technology is something else. I hope you will all join me back. I apologize once more. Please rig my role. Join me again, please, my people. Join me once more. There are technical issues and I'm trying to repair it. There are two equipments here and I'm testing the other one, but it's not working. That's why I'm back on this very one. I hope you will all understand. I don't know if the sound is coming out well on this very one, but I tender my apology once more. I will not give up, my friend. No matter what all these equipments are doing or how they are behaving, carry on. It tends to discourage me or tend to annoy me, but I will not get angry. I will continue to work hard to ensure that the voice of Biafra is being heard. So my wonderful people, join me on this very one. I hope that this will work well. We have a lot to talk about, my people. This is how life is. It has been very difficult with this very studio and not another equipment, but that one is not working either. But I'm not giving up. So fellow Biafrans, join me so that we will continue. Yesterday, our PM was on the Twitter space talking to us about Biafra. And my people, trust me, it is still the same thing going on. Biafra is our religion, must continue. No matter what is going on, we must talk about Biafra. Biafra is our religion, and we must evangelize. So no matter what is going on, you know, my people, we must carry on. So today, it is all about Biafra. There's a man to play his voice here, and after that, I will discuss it. Yes.
So many times that I'm thankful for the opportunity to perhaps explain it so that the idiots who have continued to assume that I have broken my word would be clear. I said if he won the presidency, I'll leave Nigeria on exile. So let me clear that up. For him to have won, the people.
Hello, Desmond. Thank you so much for joining me. I was on a different equipment that I got today. testing it as we go along. A lot of us there, they were not hearing me. Every effort I made was going wrong. So I over to this one. I wish they will come back to this very one. I have apologized and I will continue to apologize. We will not give up on anything that we need to do for this Biafra to come. I know I do this program voluntarily, but that does not mean that I will give you people a very shabby production or produce a very wrong and something that is not well worth it. So my people, bear with me. I have to spend money to buy all the equipment, but that one, maybe I don't know how to control it. It wasn't talking and they kept writing for me, no sound, no sound. I hope that there is sound on this one. So we have to move on. All hail Biafra. Yesterday, our PM was on the internet, on space, talking to Biafrans about roadmap and the recognition of Biafra by some nations. But he has not given us the name of the nations or country that have recognized Biafra, but he said that he will come up with those names of the countries when next he speaks to us. Now, my people, why I'm playing this man's voice, I will let you know as time goes on. But let's start listening to him. He's a Yoruba man, very wonderful guy. He says it the way it is. And he said here, because I have listened to it, he said that he bets that Tinubu will not win. And if Tinubu wins, that he will leave Nigeria. So someone came and challenged him and said to him, why are you here? Tinubu is now, and he's telling us how he replied that Tinubu never won. So let us listen to him and we will discuss it, analyze it.
So many times that I'm thankful for the opportunity to explain it, to assume that I have broken my word would be clear. I said, if you see, I'll leave Nigeria exile. So let me clear that up. For to have won, the people would have had to have voted for him. We didn't vote for him. He stole the presidency. Yakubu and INEC told him the presidency. The presidency is not an expression of the people's will. It is an expression of the will of INEC and the height of our judicial corruption. Exactly. He did not win the presidency. If I had left, I would have been sanitizing and deodorizing. If nothing word. And when I said that I leave this man won, it was so that people will know that I do not believe Nigeria to be depraved enough to be possible to vote somebody like him into power. And they did not. Anybody who delude themselves can continue to delude us, but Tinubu knows, INEC knows, and so a lot of Nigerians. Tinubu did not win the presidency. He stole it. So I'm not leaving because he did not win. It's simple. That I'm still here is in rebuke of him. It here is not just the multiple level of danger that I face on a daily basis by remaining in Nigeria, because if they will be planning my mother 3 years ago when they were not in power, one of goons in Lagos State was the one sat at the head of the plot to kill me. They are the ones in power now. Ordinary should run now. But I'm here because he did not win. He knows it, and every man and his dog in Lagos State knows it. He was beaten resoundingly in Lagos on the 20th of February. He couldn't even make 15% in Lagos. Segun Agbaje, the INEC commissioner in Lagos State, cannot produce the form EC8A. For Lagos State, up till today, was charged by the Obi legal team to collect the election material INEC. He could not today. INEC in Lagos State cannot give us the form EC8A, which is the polling unit level result. Because he lost was thoroughly rejected across the length and breadth of this 30-year stage. For 24 years as at that time, he lost. So how much more? The other part of continue fooling them. He has snatched it, grabbed it, but he can't run with it. And that's why we are all in the mess that we are today. If he had won, if Nigerians had been foolish enough to have voted for him, I would have left. It wouldn't be because of him. It would be out of protest that with such evil people who would have found the grace to vote like him. But as I have said, they did not vote for him. They rejected him. He has paused so many times that I'm thankful for the opportunity.
Yes, my people, my brother Ambrose Ihejirika, thank you so much for joining. Know what is going on in Nigeria is not just what an individual like this man can handle. That we Biafrans are fighting in group. My other gadget disappointed me, and I have to sworn. I apologize to the people that were there with me, but I was showing them sign because they said they were not hearing me. I was showing them sign that I'm close that very one. I am here now. So my people, what is there is that Nigeria from the time that we were formed has never been won. We have never been won. It was always nepotism. It is my brother. We have to vote him. Whether that your brother is capable of doing what you want him to do, being the president of the country, you don't want to know. Whether he has the academic knowledge of how to manage human resources and manage the mineral resources to look after the people, you don't care. All you want to do is to see your brother to go in. But then, as you see him here, he has always said the truth. That's why I bring his video most of the time for us to talk about and listen to him and talk about what he's saying and the things he's reflecting at. Nigeria has never been won from the onset. In the 1960, when the independence started, I've never seen a country like that. Barely 6 years after. In fact, from 1963, according to Nwobosi, Saduana Oto and Tafawa Balewa have started using them to buy the people of the Southwest. And that was how they got Kwara State. Since that time, they have established the template of using military to get anything they want, either police or soldiers. And it's still ongoing till today. You can imagine. Nwobosi said that he was 27 years. 27 years old. He died last year as an 80-year-old man. and he wrote down a book narrating everything that these people use them as military to do to other Nigerians. And that was why they carried out a coup in 1966. The way they were buying people, they said enough is enough. So this man says the truth because he's a Yoruba man, born and bred in Yoruba land. He's a pastor. He has his own chambers. He tells the truth because he understands. Now, the same people that were telling the Igbos in Lagos and other Biafrans that if you don't vote Tinubu, they will push you into Lagoon. They were the ones who were protesting this very month on the 1st till the 10th of August, 2024. You know, people cultivate this culture of shame and pride and conscience, everything put together, that conscience. Yeah, how can you be fighting against certain people that are not voting brother, and the same you expect them to come and to protest? That is to show you that our people don't do their visibility stuff. They just jump into something, saw somebody doing it. Like some of every Biafran that wants to know about Biafra, they will tell you, oh, I don't want to join. Those of us who want Biafra to come, we have our good reasons. Because 1914, when the amalgamation was held, established, our consulted, our forefathers were not consulted, because I cannot tell you that anybody in Nigeria that was born in 1914 is still living today. That is the same way it will be when we must have died and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren will be talking of what we are talking about today. That amalgamation has a clause. And our PM was saying, asking a question, where is that clause? Why is it that nobody is talking about it again? About that amalgamation, which says that after 100 years, which was 100 years on the 2014, this very dispensation, but nobody is talking about it because the tribe that wants to rule the whole Nigeria, Fulanize the whole Nigeria, Islamize the whole Nigeria, they are there causing confusion. So nobody has time to talk about that clause during the amalgamation. They said in that clause that after 100 years, anyone who wants to leave should leave. But today, they don't want to talk about it. Even when Emeka Nyoku went to them in Aso Rock last week or 2 weeks ago to talk about regional way of constitution and other things and rewriting the nation, talked about it, nobody listened. What does it show you? That Nigeria is not an honest place. I will play you a voice, an audio. It's a video. Download it. I couldn't. Where a governor, a Fulani governor, was saying that their mission is to Islamize the whole Nigeria, and that we will all follow Sharia law. That's why they don't listen to English law anymore. So that country is going down the drains. But it does not concern us. They should let our people be. This man is saying that Tinubu bought his presidential, and that is Nigeria for you. In the 21st century, 2024, corruption everywhere. That's why I brought this man's video, because as Biafra will be going to UN, people like this kind of video will have to be played for them to understand that this man is the same tribe, so-called, with Tinubu, because Tinubu is said to be originally from Gambia. He has Gambian passport, he has Nigerian passport. Now, this very man, because he said that Tinubu is not fit to be the president of Nigeria, and nobody voted for him.
To perhaps explain it so that the idiots who have continued to assume that I have broken my word will be clear. I said if you want the president, I'll leave Nigeria on exile. For him to, the people would have had to have for him. We didn't vote for him. He stole the presidency. Yakubu and sold him the.
Have you heard it? Yakubu is the boss of I. They sold presidency to Tinubu because of money. It has 17 oil well in Southeast, and he drills the oil and goes to Malta to refine it. Because when he started battling with Dangote, all the truth started coming out. So this very man, hello Robert, thank you so much. This very man is telling the world who won the election, even though they knew about it. But it is always good to let the cat, so that those who didn't know what was inside the bag, to know that it is cat and not snake or scorpion, but it's cat that is inside the bag. So this man is letting the cat out of the bag. And our PM said that the de facto government in homeland are list of what we are going to show to UN and showcase it to the world that we recognize Biafra. And the good news that brought at the table of the zoo is that some African nations have, but he said he will come again with the names, that he just want to give us the good news. Now, this very man is talking about Tinubu Electoral Commission. They gave him the presidency because he swore that if Tinubu win the election, he will go on exile. But they said to him, why didn't you go on exile? He said, because Tinubu did not win. They said that it was P2B who won. I'm not interested in P2B's election. The thing we are interested in here is one single truth, that Nigeria is a corrupt nation, that the people ruling Nigeria, none of them has the competency to rule a nation and know what is up. And what is up is that Nigeria expired in 2014. That was when the amalgamation of 1914 expired. 100 years. So from that 14 till now is about 100 and something years. About 100 and something years. And we are still here, neck, squabbling, whether. But my people, we that are very bold to challenge these people openly, we are going to go to the promised land. So with videos like this, the UN and every other nation will know that the level of corruption is in Nigeria, where a president will use money to buy the votes, because evidentially those who voted for Tinubu, who fought in Biafrans in Lagos, bulldozed our houses, burnt our businesses because we did not vote for Tinubu. Now they are protesting against Tinubu, and they are saying, oh, we are going to evict the Igbos in Lagos. They did not join us again. See the one they call confused.com. Confused country. You are fighting Biafrans that they did vote for Tinubu. Tinubu stole the man with money, with corruption, and everything. The same Tinubu. Hello, my sister Stella. Thank you for joining. Yes, yes. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. This is a game changer. They are changing the game negatively, not positively. So, this man's video, very massive evidence of how Nigeria works. Very big evidence. The UN will definitely, the UN will definitely use videos like this to understand that the corruption in Nigeria is on a very high level. This man talking is a barrister, and he is always an honest man. He is not one of those tribal bigots. No, no, no. He said that Tinubu did not win election because he said if Tinubu wins, he will leave the zoo on exile. He holds American citizenship, and he is a barrister. Let's continue to listen to him. Evidence of corruption, the highest level of corruption, zoo.
Is not an expression of the people's will. It is an expression of the debauchery of INEC and the height of our judicial the presidency. If I had left, I would have been sanitizing and deodorizing a skunk. If nothing else, I rise and fall by my word. I said that this man won. It was so that people know that I do not believe Nigeria enough possessed of the idiots to vote somebody like him into power. And they not. Who prefers to delude themselves can continue to delude themselves, but Tinubu knows, INEC knows, Jerry knows, and so a lot of Nigerians that Tinubu did.
Yes, his name is Dele Farotimi. Very nice man. He doesn't miss words. He doesn't sweep any truth under the carpet. He says it as it is. That's why I like carrying his videos.
Win the presidency, he stole it. So I'm not leaving because he did not win. Is that simple? I'm still here. Is in rebuke of him. It actually cost me a lot more to stay here. It's not just the multiple level of danger that I face on a daily basis by remaining in Nigeria. Because my mother, 3 years ago, when they were not in power, one of his goons in Lagos State was the one sat at the head of the plot to kill me. They are the ones in power. Ordinarily, I should run now.
Yes, they want to kill him because he tells it. And they even threatened his mother on his case because he tells them this. And you all know that zoo is a place to tell the truth. They don't like the truth. They are all talking about Takia. I will play you the audio of the governor who said that they want the whole Nigeria to be under Sharia law.
Here. I am here because he did not win. He knows it. And every man and his dog in Lagos State knows it. He was beaten resoundingly in Lagos on the 25th of February. He couldn't even make 15% in Lagos. Segun Agbaje, the INEC commissioner in Lagos State, cannot produce the form EC8A for Lagos State up till today. I by the Obi legal team to collect material from INEC. He could not, up until today, INEC in Lagos State cannot give us the form EC8A, which is the polling level result, because they know he lost. He lost woefully. He was thoroughly the length and breadth of the state that he has held hostage for 24 years. As at that time, he lost. So how much more the other parts of Nigeria? Let them continue food. He has snatched it, grabbed it, but he can't run with it. And that's why we are all in the mess that we are in today.
Exactly. You now get what I'm trying to get at. It's not who really won the election or who did not win. The issue is the level of corruption to the highest level and standard, that Nigeria will be a country where somebody will that you simply because he came from, said Dele Farotimi is a barrister. He studied abroad, he practiced in Nigeria, and he knows how Nigeria system works. This very guy says the truth the way it is. He doesn't speak whether you are tribal. He's not a tribal at all. He doesn't. He will tell you the truth the way it is. That is what Nigeria does not want. He said that they are threatening his life because he's always telling them the truth. Tinubu never won the election. The same thing with Buhari. It was this same Tinubu that sponsored Buhari. And Buhari came in, messed up till 2017 when he died. They cloned him and to rule for that 8 whole years. Now Tinubu has come in. My people, I will tell you this, though we are, but you will see that this Tinubu will rule again. I know that the NAS want to push him out so that Shetima will come in, but he will rule again. This man is telling you the highest level of corruption going on in the zoo. We Biafrans can no longer stand with this. And when UN will listen to this type of video, they will understand that this man is telling them the truth. Because he came from the same place with Tinubu, though Tinubu is not a Yoruba man. Tinubu is a Gambian who have lived in Lagos for so long, served a lot of Yoruba people that are done, and he became a Yoruba man. He is not a born Yoruba man. He has no village in any Yoruba land where Tinubu came out from. So what he is doing now, he is just there. Even those who fought for him to win, he doesn't care about them. That is how people who are ruling a nation, the way they behave. He doesn't care about them. That's why they are protesting of hunger. And because we did not vote Tinubu, they started demolishing houses, burning businesses. Now again, they wanted to protest against the same man that they were fighting for, to bring him into power. He doesn't care about them. He doesn't even know whether they are eating or not, whether they are hungry or not. Now, since after the protest, what has changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed. He cannot say, oh, let me go and see what these people who fought for me during the election, how they are faring. They have protested. Let me listen to their protest. It will not happen. That is how our PM said it the other day, that nobody is talking about that amalgamation. Nobody is talking about it. After 100 years, they said that after 100 years, anybody can go, can leave, but nobody is talking about it. Because Fulani is using military, like Sadwana of Sokoto did during 1963. That's the Ekpa used so at that time to buy people of Kwara State and install his emirs there. That's exactly the same thing playing up till today, because we are looking for Biafra and we are looking for evidence for UN to recognize us. And this is a classic evidence, a very classic evidence. Yes, my sister Stella said UN is highly compromised. My sister, no, but they are the ones to issue us with certificate of recognition. No matter how corrupt they are. I played the video the other day. The Secretary of General was talking about how that is oppressed should fight hard. So he's encouraging us to fight hard, to say that things shouldn't be the way they were. I know all that. They are compromised, but we have to go. And they have to recognize us. Unfortunately, yes, I know. This corruption, pointing out at it, is reason most happening.
So yeah, if he had won, if Nigerians had been foolish enough to have voted for him, I would have left. It wouldn't be because of him. It would be out of protest that I could be stuck. Who would have found the grace to vote for somebody like it? They did not vote for him. They reject. He has forced himself on us, and we can't do much. But I'm not going to legitimize his stealing by leaving. He didn't win.
My sister, that is not the only thing UN is doing. You know, when the Palestinians were killing the Israelites, what did they do? They recognized Palestinian as a nation. So it is not only Biafran issue. Nnamdi Kanu will come out. God works in mysterious ways. Just have faith and pray for his release. Yesterday, our PM was on the space in the evening, and I'm sure it's not many people that was opportuned, to actually come up to space and listen to what he said. Let me see if one of the videos I downloaded carried that very news. Yes, I will play the one that I have here. Our PM is always talking to us about things that we have to really be happy about.
In their life. I am telling you the fact. The glory of Biafra is back. We are not only going to make this people to pay, we will make sure they will never forget anything about us. And let me tell you, it is already happening. Our franchise, you think it's me. They are it's not about someone.
Let me play you people this before I forget.
And my fellow Biafra, let me also inform you that one African country already offers us a recognition as of today. And you will know it in days to come. We have gotten recognition from one African country. And those who call us their friend.
Yeah, let's go. Thank you.
Friendship to them. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, dear friends all over the world, listeners, and ladies and gentlemen of the press. I greet of you this evening from my location. I have come to this space this evening for a mercy briefing as approach the declaration of independence state of Biafra coming up on the 2nd of December. Need for Biafra to be updated at every point in time. My fellow Biafrans, under my administration, I told you people that the next phase is to take Biafra to the global stage. Today, we have achieved that. I am here to inform you that the Biafra discussion is now on the highest level of international stage, and of course, is being discussed globally. The recent stage by highly respected institutions in the United States is an evidence of what is to come. The recent report by the ORB from the United Institute also is an evidence of it the Biafra government has done within 2 years. I am telling you that everything happening now is happening just within 2 years. My fellow Biafra, a lot of you are supporting the struggle either negatively or positively, and a lot of people don't really know what we are doing on social media, and many of you who are supporting are not even sure. So it has become imperative that as we are making this feat, preparing ourselves for the historic day, of educate our people, our roadmap to independence. My fellow Biafrans, we are declaring the restoration of independence state of Biafra. And a lot of people will ask, what does this declaration meant to achieve? The declaration, just like every other declaration of independence of any country, unilaterally ceding state. Since the birth of the Declaration of Independence by the United States in 1776, with the U.S. Declaration of Independence, these have had at least two interrelated objectives. Just like, and this objective remains the legitimization of the existing host state, today Nigeria, that is ceding territory over Biafra, the legitimate new emergent state, Biafra, which is ceding from existing one, Nigeria. I just want to be putting it in elementary understanding or elementary standard level for everybody, both educated and how we are going and what we are doing, and exactly what you are supporting. And this declaration involves a lot of things. Involve listening of grievances against the city state or the state that is declaring the independence, against them, harms suffered by the population of this emergent state of Biafra. And today, like I said, I am here to give you the update. Biafra Republic Government in exile and the Biafra Republic Government in homeland, the de facto government, has set up a declaration committee, a declaration drafting committee that has now taken it up on listening our grievances against Nigeria.
So, my people, are you now understanding why I was using Barrister Dele Farotimi's video? Many things will add up for the UN, because once Biafra is declared, anything that Nigeria is doing will be from country to nation or nation to nation, because we are no longer part of them. Come second of, it is clear PM also announced of over 50 million votes, which no Nigerian president has ever had in the past, and no ever had in the history. Our PM, according to his statement here, is letting us know that the de facto government in homeland are compiling the list, and they now have a group of committee that compiles that grievances, which includes all those times when Biafrans will carry Biafra flag in Aba. They will go shooting sporadically, buying our brothers in cold blood. Just like recent as 1st of this August, this very particular month, in the Kaduna State and Kano State, they were carrying Russian flag and nothing happened to them. We are in a country where two people will have similar offenses or commit similar offenses, but they will be dealt with differently. A country where a government that was two different types, English law and Sharia law, the president and the caliphate, my people, we have to tell ourselves the truth. It cannot work. It is not working. It has never worked, because barely 3 years after the zoo got their independence in 1960, they started killing people of Kwara State with the military, and they took over that place, and it became Islamic State. And 1966, coup was carried out because the soldiers that they were using then said no. Those are the real soldiers, not these terrorists that they don't even train. After 6 months in prison, they will bring them out, give them military uniform, and give them gun, license to buy people. So, my people, a lot of these grievances will be compiled with pictures, videos that convince whoever will be looking at Biafra matter in the UN.
It is going to be political grievances and, of course, grievances about 3 different types of grievances that we have against Nigeria. This is the world standard of the Independent Declaration. So, I have constituted a committee called the Declaration Drafting Committee, which are currently working on listening our grievances against Nigeria, justices that Nigeria has meted against us, the harms we have suffered under Nigeria, and of course, many of these grievances will be well detailed. And it is going to come like a book. Because it's going to be history that everybody will read. Why we are doing what we are doing today. So, my fellow Biafrans, this has been the standard way of legitimizing the existing state, today Nigeria, and legitimizing the new state, which is going to be Biafra. I want to draw your attention or your memory to the declaration. The new state is presented as the only remedy. Only remedy. Today, Biafra will present this new state of Biafra as the only remedy to the listed grievances that the Declaration Drafting Committee are going to list in a book. Because, like I said, our grievances are endless. So it is going to come in a book form. However, in the process of the solution of a country like USSR, and of course the former Yugoslavia, from 1990 onward, a number of federal and sub-federal units abandoned the objective of legitimizing the old state. Like I said, our problems are peculiar. Nigeria is a very complex country, and we have found the solution how to deal and exit from Nigeria. And believe me, if you are not supporting this government, you will regret it. Because we end up dragging you to freedom and then we give you condition. Now, state in their declaration of Act of Independence why it is difficult to establish which this state did not legitimize the existing one on their declaration. Because some of these states were no longer perceived as a functioning state, which was capable of asserting its legitimacy to rule over the ceding territory. This is apparent from the foundational constitutional charter of the Republic of Slovenia, issued at the same time as the Declaration of Independence. Its preamble note that Slovenia no longer functions as a well-governed state capable of resolving the current problem. This is exactly the same thing between Nigeria and Biafra. Nigeria is no longer capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. And that is one of the reasons Biafra is in, because Nigeria has failed to resolve its insecurity, terrorism, and all manner of political crisis, economic crisis. Nigeria have shown that they are, incapacity. They are incapacitated, and they are not capable of resolving this current problem. And Biafra has a solution. Political and economic crisis. In the case of Slovenia, their Charter of 1991 preamble actually stated exactly what we are going through today, the inability of the government as at then to resolve their political and economic crisis. Moreover, this federation had been ruled by their respective communist parties. These parties and their leaders were held accountable for harms, injustices committed to the population of city-state. And in the Biafra and Nigeria, we will make sure that we held Nigerian people accountable for the injustices and the harms they have committed against Biafrans. From the time of 1967 or even beyond that, till this present day, we will hold all of them accountable. From Gowon to Obasanjo to every living contributed in the genocide against our people. We're going to hold them responsible. It's not happening because there is no representative of Biafra. There is nobody who summoned courage to represent Biafra people. Speak to Nigeria in a language they've never understood until now. I have taken that responsibility. These parties and their leaders were held accountable.
You know, there's a program our PM talked about this, challenging the zoo, about the amalgamation, and nobody is talking about this amalgamation because everybody is afraid. No one wants to talk about it. Though the Odudu ones are doing something, but they have suddenly gone silent, divided attention. But we are always challenging them. How can a stranger in your home tell you where to sit and you will go down and sit there? And when you want to get up to go and get drink, he will tell you no. Have drink in your home, and you will keep quiet. Of course, he will continue because he has seen that you are lily-livered, very weak to challenge them. But the Biafrans have always done this without looking back. We will continue to do it with our nation. We indigenous. Now the Hausa Fulani no longer answer Fulani. They are now, but the Hausas are now saying we are Hausa nation, that they don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. They are telling you about Arewa, that they don't know what Arewa means for Fulanese. We will continue this position until we are going to get it, whether they like it or not. You don't like someone, you don't want them to share out of what belongs to them, and you don't want them to go. What an irony of life.
For harms and injustices committed to the population of the city-state, in the state of these Slovenians and all of that. By the time of the Declaration of Independence were issued, these parties had been removed from power and were effectively dissolved. In a sense, the grievances against this communist ruled state belong to the past or the present, the recent past, and were no longer relevant when city-state declared their independence. In our own Nigeria against Biafra, it is going to be different because those evil government officials that committed this crime against us are still at large. today, Nigerian government is still very active killing our people in Biafra land. So we are going to make sure that we hold them very, very responsible for all the killings you see today happening in the southeast, east, and south to south. In Okama community, the massacre, all of them, we are going to killings and we hold them. One could just argue that the whole state that would have been target of the legitimization through grievances had already lost national legitimacy. Tactics that the Biafra government is applying today. We are expecting that as we are declaring the restoration of independence of Biafra, we will make sure that we reduce Nigeria to ground zero in Biafra territory through our actions from the Biafra forces. In consequence, the declaration of independence of several federal units and later of sub-federal units, such as Kosovo, for example, of these two federal states, focused on cases exclusively on legitimization of new state, legitimization of their own state, because there is no need for them to legitimize the existing state, since they have. This was achieved by announcing or in state institutions. This is the issue of Kosovo, for example. In some cases, this Kosovo focused on legitimization of the new state. As it was achieved, Kosovo, their own independence during their declaration, announcing or establishing state institutions that were taking over the state functions of the old state. And that's exactly, we have actually done that. Actually established all state institutions, both in the homeland and from exile. We have actually superseded every country that have ever declared independence. We have done what no country have actually done. We have government, homeland, de facto government. We have created 40 United States of Biafra. We have defined a map, undisputable. We have also created the government in exile. We have already established liaison offices all over the world that will later become Biafra. We have done, no country has ever done it in the history of freedom fighting. That is how far we have. And this measure is very necessary because Nigeria is a blessed country. And we needed to do something extraordinary, which we have done. And that is the reason I see the attention that we are getting from the DC or Washington DC, from the United States, and other parts of the world. Because you have this particular achievement of the Biafra government today, and everybody is able. Nigeria breakup, it never happened. And after the prediction, no reasonable, very serious individual is to do something. Now, they have seen that, yes, since government is more than serious, and they can be taken very seriously. People should make up and observing our activities for the past 1.5 years, and today I believe there are somebody with courage to do that, which is right. And what is it? To stand by giving their voices for the independence of Biafra. That is what is happening today. They have done. They are still waiting to see other crazy move with their voice. We will get them at the end of the day. The modus operandi and the pattern of the Biafra government today is something that Nigeria can never ever comprehend. Kosovo achieved this independence by establishing state institutions that were taking over the functions of the old state, or by announcing the new state commitment to several internationally sanctioned principles. Exactly what the Biafra government have done today. We have been announcing the new institution, establishing our ministries as a commitment to several internationally sanctioned principles, policies, and international organizations. This decision of independence were apparently expected. To legitimize the new state of Biafra in the eye of other world powers or other countries. My fellow Biafrans that are listening to me today, many of these countries that have fought for their independence and they got it by declaration have gone through many obstacles. And we are also going through many obstacles which we actually have defeated. This kind of legitimization of the new state in a declaration of independence often culminated in a request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of the new state. Exactly what Biafra is doing. But you know, all the approaches we've made so far, all the contacts we've made so far, we are just creating awareness. We're not expecting anybody to recognize us at this point because the declaration has not been made. It is after the declaration has been made, after the self-referendum has been counted and we have official result, the declaration will be issued. After the declaration of independence, you can now begin to call to the people that you want to recognize that.
Yes, my people, this is a video, or me call it audio, of the speech of Prime Minister yesterday evening on the Twitter space. He was there for a very long time because he was also taking questions and answers. We should all realize that most of them telling us about are countries that have been through the same process that we are going through right now. Getting a nation or your independence, especially from a country like the zoo, is not an easy thing. Onyendu has been there since 2013, and we are there derailing Onyendu's effort. So my people, our PM, he's always coming from time to time to talk to us, to encourage us not to lose hope or lose it. I know that so many of us, they want Biafra to come, today, tomorrow. It is okay. It's not very easy. You have to go through all these processes so that when we go to, we go with every, that we did not leave any step out of the process, that we have gone through everything step by step. The declaration which will take place on the 2nd of December will be the final icing on the cake. Let me acknowledge my wonderful brother Lekon and Kingsway and Sonny. Appreciate you people. I feel so fulfilled. I feel like I am with some people in this. I am not alone. Earlier on, I was in a different gadget, thinking that it will be clearer and better than the one. The people there with me, which I have apologized to, say that there is no sound. So I switched over to this very one. My people joining me, make your comments respectful. We are of freedom, wonderful, all must hail Biafra. So the voice you hear of our PM yesterday when he was talking, he's always coming from time to time. He said that a country has recognized Biafra before the declaration. He will tell that country, not yesterday. He didn't give us the name of the country, but there's a country I have in mind. Let's continue to listen to him.
As that note you have. Now you have recognized, you have declared your independence. I'm sorry, I'm speaking Finnish. I mistakenly speak Finnish. I'm sorry. we have, we are the language is part of me, so I just speak Finnish now. So sorry about that. So inform the countries that we have declared our independence through the mandate given to us by the Biafrans, of which over 50 has voted for our self-referendum. You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that. You can never ignore that. So, by this, many countries have done what we are doing today. So, analysis from experts will ever remember and inscript the Biafra pattern of independence and declaration to the history book. In view of all the strategies of delegitimization and legitimization, there is something to understand. There are many three important principles that I would say in the Declaration of Independence. The grievances declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. These particular three principles, I would say, subgenres of the Declaration of Independence of Biafra is being worked on as I see today by the Biafra Declaration Drafting Committee. And we must understand we are one ahead of Nigeria. That's it. If you do not know today, know that we are 1 million. Before Nigeria will make any move, it is the move I have made 6 months ago. So we are very, very far. Very far ahead of Nigeria. Now, the prime example of this declaration can be found in the Declaration of Independence of 1776. And even during the Biafra Declaration of Independence in 1967, only few grievances that was listed. Only during the day we are adopting every grievances, listing them against Nigeria state. That has never been done in the history of Biafra. I want people to understand, especially those who are on the side of the IPOB Nigeria. Talking to them is very amazing. You will see the people supporting the drug lord Nigeria. And that you will see the IPOB Nigeria. Ekpa is working for Tinubu. They're working for Nigeria government. Have you ever seen any confusion like that?
That is it.
Have you seen any confusion like that? Why the crying that I am destroying every plan of their organs in Nigeria within the Nigeria state? The IPOB Nigeria, they are shouting and working for Nigeria. Why Nigeria is crying? That is the highest confusion. They don't know what is going on. That Nigeria challenged. You know how they address Nigeria? The most populous country in Africa, the biggest economy in Africa, the giant of Africa. The this and that, the evil believe that Nigeria can be challenged until today. Nigeria terrorist army never believed that Biafrans can actually volunteer to risk their life to defend others. They thought everybody loved money. They thought Biafra want life. They want everybody want to live. They never believed that people can actually sacrifice their life for others. Nigeria never believed it. But today, it is happening. Volunteer.
Yes, my people, he's talking about our gallant men. Do you people know that, what's his name? Mba of Enugu was boasting of buying 20 Biafrans. He said that they are kidnappers. In a country where you cannot take people to court to go and decide the fate, and for you that is accusing them to bring proof. You all know that we no longer have ESN. ESN was about 3 or 4 years ago when Onyen formed it, 2020. And after the abduction of Onyen, when our PM took over, last year, I think, when the Biafra Liberation Army was unveiled in Finland, he amalgamated amalgamated them, joined them together, both ESN and the Biafra Liberation Army. We no longer have ESN. About the ESN is a DOS, IPOB Nigeria. Talk about ESN. How can you get 27 Biafran children? I will show you the picture. It's not on video. He said that they pied 27. You know that these people are from your place, and you said you pied all of them. You can't take them to court. That is to show you the country we are. It is going to form part of our evidence for those committee in de facto government in homeland compiling it. It is to form part of our evidence.
Volunteers of the Biafra Defense Forces are sacrificing their life for others. And this is unimaginable to the Nigerians. Believe that a day like this will come, where people can actually give selfless service, where people can be patriotic, where you can see people dying for what they believe in. And it is very, very surprising to the Islamic Nigeria state. I'll give you an example of this declaration, even the recent one of Act of 2014, Luhansk Act of 2014. This declaration name violation the whole state committed against the civil unit, including human rights abuses, act of genocide, discrimination, and the breach of agreement justifying their call for international law or remedial ground. That's exactly the Biafrans we are going to do. Our own is more and worse than whatever Luhansk and Donetsk ever experienced. We have this appetite in Nigeria against Biafra people. We have experienced genocide. We have experienced discrimination. We are victims of all the crimes you can do. And that is exactly what the declaration of the drafting committee are working on. And this particular grievances that we are listing in declaration is going to justify our declaration on the 2nd of December 2024. And again, after that, we will move a very aggressive campaign of international recognition for remedial ground. I want Biafrans to understand that you can't, what exactly foundation have you laid in the past for Biafra to come? Not going to just say, UN, come and give me freedom. Come on. No, without any foundation, without organizing yourself. No. The dead Buhari told you that Biafra, if you want freedom, go and organize yourself. And people did not actually understand what he said. And he himself did not actually know when he said it. Of course, then I was one Nigerian. I looked at this man, I laughed. I said, don't worry, the day I will join this Biafra struggle, you will know what he has said. How many of you remember when they were interviewing him? Oh.
Yes, an Al Jazeera lady, she looks like an Indian, like an Asian person. She interviewed him, asked him to watch a video. He said he will not watch it. That if we want Biafra, we should go and organize ourselves. It was on Al Jazeera. If you Google it, you'll find it. Buhari said that we should ourselves. That's what our PM is to. And now Biafrans, make no mistake, we have organized ourselves. We have a Biafra government in exile, our PM, our cabinet ministers. We have all the states, 40 United States of Biafra. We have a database. We have our currency. We have everything laid down. Our constitution, which is the Biafra Helsinki Charter that was displayed last year. And the declaration is going to take place again this year on the 2nd. We have an electoral commission, our own people in the homeland, the de facto government. They are the ones conducting the election. And we have got 50 million and over voting. So what can compare to that? My people, we have made a groundbreaking progress. Let's continue to listen to PM. It's almost finished.
Oh, the army were killing Biafrans. They say you don't want to watch the video. If they want to do something, they should go and organize themselves. Did you remember when Buhari said it? Today, go and inform him that Biafra have organized themselves. Like never before, like no other country in the past, we have organized ourselves. We have a government, we have all the institutions of government functional. We have a map, we have state, everything, including liaison offices all over the world.
Yeah.
Tell them we have organized ourselves. It is time, and we are going to visit them very soon. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to understand that the reason the Biafra will be declared in a foreign land is because of the hostility and the terrorism of the Nigerian state. It's because that opportunity will not be given to us without people getting killed. So we are going to adopt the best available options, which is the government in exile issuing declaration where every state is presented, and there's going to be delegation. And of course, it is not only that we are declaring Biafra independent in exile, but also we have conducted referendum on ground, where people are lining up and voting, and evidence is abound to beat them. Nigeria, I don't know what is hitting them. Yeah. What we are fighting today is brain war. Brain war and outsmarted Nigeria. I want you to understand that after the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra on the 2nd of July, we will officially communicate Nigeria. And then we will start aggressive campaign globally for the recognition of Biafra. It is a long overdue. Those that are laughing at us today will no longer laugh at us then. You know that they were calling me online Prime Minister, online this, online that, yet they can't let me rest. Yet they are on our page, we post, they are panicking, yet they cannot let us to do our piece. They are disturbed because it is no longer online. We are showing every evidence of controlling the territory of Biafra from exile and then also from the homeland, the facto government, by our very activities, civil disobedience, political activities, by organizing self-referendum voting in Biafra land, and the vote is going on even as I speak. So what else do you need to know that the Biafra people have rejected Nigeria and they are only loyal to the Biafra government? Their hope of a new beginning and new life is on the government of Biafra. So my people, after the declaration in Finland, what do you expect? What you are going to expect is that we will officially communicate our declaration to the Nigerian state, demanding the recognition and acceptance of the self-referendum. Only that, we are not sending it to Nigeria state for them to accept. They are never going to accept, we know that. We will also communicate the African Union, even when we don't even like them. We will also communicate ECOWAS, even when we don't like them. We will officially communicate all these institutions, taking the approval of what we have done in exile, the history that we have done. And we will also officially communicate the United Nations through our international partners. We are not doing all these things for them to agree immediately, no, but believe me, we will release hell on Nigeria. After this December 2nd, this hell on Nigeria. I want you people to focus on the way they say, after this declaration, after this self-referendum of France, there is going to be two options. That Nigeria will issue a political statement. That is when we have officially communicated Nigeria, demanding the recognition and acceptance of the Biafra self-referendum. Nigeria will either issue a political statement or ignore a political statement and use it and come military. We already used the military activities of Nigeria state for the past 3 years. We are only going to increase and escalate it. Like I said, we choose how we fight this. So my fellow Biafrans, I have a lot to tell you on the object of what respect. So when you are discussing with people, you can defend yourself and defend the government and defend what we are doing. We have knowledge of what we are doing and what is to come. If you are in argument with all these idiots, you can be able to tell them what we are doing and what we are going to do. small clarification and update on the declaration coming 2nd of December have put you in the right. Immediately after the declaration, what follows next? I am repeating it again so that inside the head of even the Dundees. That one, we will write Nigeria officially in front of Nigeria of what Biafra have done, giving the result of the self-referendum to Nigeria state, demanding the recognition of Biafra as an independent state, demanding the acceptance of the self-referendum, also demand the withdrawal of every Nigerian military and institution in the Biafra threat. We are not expecting them to do that, but we are going to write them so that it will go into history. Two, officially write the AU, ECOWAS, and all international inform of what 50 million Biafrans, over 50 million Biafrans. I don't know how many that are going to vote by December or November 8, 20. Inform them how many millions have voted and what Biafra has spoken. And the Ezra government have declared Biafra, and this is the result. And this is our demand. Our demand is the withdrawal of every Nigerian institution, accept our declaration, accept our self-referendum, and there will be peace. We will inform the United Nations using our international consultants and international partners why our lobbyists will be heavily working ruthlessly, engaging in diplomacy at the White House and the Washington, D.C. You don't know prepared. You can never ever defeat us this time around. We come prepared, and I call it multi-dimensional approach. After that, we will to approach many countries with the document that we have raised and generated from Finland from the declaration. It becomes official. Now we don't have any official document. Now we do not have any official. Only thing we are doing today, Biafra is coming. Everything is awareness. Everything is that we are dying and we don't want to die. We want to defend ourselves. That's what we have been doing for the past years. So the 2nd of December, we will officially document. Officially, we begin to demand recognition. Every recognition we demand today, we are not expecting anybody to recognize us. Why? On what basis will it be recognized? There is no basis for recognition. There is no basis today. The only reason we are doing this is to create awareness to those countries and those offices. The 2nd of December, we will have official declaration, official consent of the Biafra, and then we will have the reason to demand for the recognition from the United Nations, from every country in the world. And my fellow Biafrans, let me also inform you that one African country already offers us a recognition as of today, and you will know it in days to come. We have gotten recognition from African country, and those who call us their friend will extend our friendship and our hand of friendship to them. Biafra is the light of Africa.
Yes, my people, the video has finally come to an end. We all know why our PM is always coming out to pamper us like children and talk to us about other countries that have gone through what we are going through. Hello, my brother, I am on a program. Do you want to speak France or should I call you later?
Oh,
Ọ dị mma, anọ m na program. Ị chọrọ ikwulu ndị Biafra okwu? They are all here listening.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Ọ dị mma. So, my fellow Biafrans, our PM has it all, he knows it all. God knows why he kept our PM first. Almost immediately that our Onyendu was kidnapped after torturing him in Kenya, our PM came up, and since then he never left any stone unturned as relates to Biafra restoration. My people, once we are declared the restoration of Biafra of December, the heat will be higher than it is right now. The heat to and the compilation is going on right now. Make no mistakes, we will be recognized. One country has recognized us already. He said in few days' time that Biafra. It is our freedom to die, according to our brother Onyebuchi. It is Biafra freedom or Awucha. Let me play you the voice of this governor. Anybody who is on the fence, this voice you are going to hear now is for you. Listen to him.
They fear the growing popularity of this man, the governor of Zamfara, who's risen from obscurity to lead this Islamic revival. 7 other Muslim states have now heeded his call. He says he won't until all under Sharia rule. Nigeria should become a Sharia nation. That is my ambition. That is the ambition of Islam in this country.
Have you heard it?
The growing popularity.
The man, you said you want the whole country to become Sharia. He asked him, what do you want? He said that it is the ambition of every Muslim in Nigeria to make the whole Sharia country. Let me play it again.
Do you think Nigeria should become a Sharia nation? That is my ambition, and that is Muslim in this country. They fear the growing popularity of this man, the governor of Zamfara state, who's risen from obscurity to lead this Islamic revival. 7 other Muslim states have now heeded his call. He says he won't stop until all Nigeria is under Sharia rule. Do you think Nigeria should become a Sharia nation? That is my ambition, and that is the ambition of every Muslim in this country. So schools are now segregated by sex, but not by religion. Daughters of the few remaining families, distinguishable by their shorter headscarves. Theoretically, they're exempt, their lives still governed by the National Civil Law Code. But in reality, those who stay toe the line. Christian girls are forced to attend compulsory Quranic studies classes. And since our visit, but in reality, those who stay toe the line. Christian girls are forced to attend compulsory Quranic studies classes.
Have you heard it? Christian girls are forced to attend Quran class. Forced. This is what most of us that are still hanging on will realize, that everything that you are going to get will be done by force. You see, it will be forceful, everything. Look at it here. If you look very well, you will see him. This is the governor of Enugu State. He said that they paid 27 ESN. I wish I was able, this one is not video, so I couldn't download it. It's just a written something on the PM's Twitter handle on his wall. Is there. If you have a registered Twitter, you go there and you will find it. Look at it. All these are the evidence. Tell me, if you arrest somebody that you say that he is a kidnapper, don't you take the person to court? Now practices instant and very crude justice, jungle justice. You get somebody, you have no evidence, you didn't take them to court, you just court martial them. So my people, these are many more our PM have said. If you have subscribed to this very channel, Betty4 TV, go and rewind the video. You will see and listen to what PM have said. He has said all this for us to be able to understand that freedom is not given, but it is taken. And as Onyebuchi said, we have to get it, this freedom, or we die. That's what Onyendu said. And that's why he is still there today. Because if Onyendu have agreed, if he has agreed to their advances and all the offers they are making him, he would have come out long time ago. But we know that it is the governors that contributed money to bring him back that are still holding him there. That's the way it is. Anything that our PM say we should do, please, my people, let's do it because he is leading us right. Since February 28 that he officially took over this struggle, he has never given us any doubt his ability or his competency in getting us Biafra. Rather, he is growing from strength to strength. So we should grow along with him, and that this very process of getting Biafra will yield a very good dividend. So my people, if any news or any information, I will always let you people know. This is a voluntary work. You know, anybody doing anything voluntarily, they do it to the best of their ability. It is our need. We have to build it together. I thank you all for joining me. May God continue to bless Biafrans, wonderful people and lovers of freedom. All hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity, and freedom and liberty inclusive. I love you all and remain blessed.